Yuki Tabata is an author I've been following for years now. Ever since his first publishing work, Hungry Joker, which ran in Shonen Jump back in 2012. I really enjoyed following the story of Heidi and his assistant Chitose as they try to solve the mystery of the Black Apple. Unfortunately, the manga ended up getting cancelled in 2013. I was really sad to see it come to an end, and I was really getting into the story and its characters. At the time, I was really hoping that Tabata would come back one day and work on a new manga series, whether it was in Shonen Jump or a different publishing magazine. Lo and behold, Black Clover managed to be the one-shot that came out in 2014. Now, I wasn't able to read it at the time, since I remember I couldn't find a translation of it, but I was hoping it could one day be a full series. Then in 2015, it finally managed to get published. I remember reading the first chapter and instantly falling in love with it. I really enjoyed Asa as an MC, and I found him to be really funny and charming, while I thought Yuno was a pretty cool character with how calm and collected he was. I was also captured by its world and how magic is everything. You have everyone using magic in many different ways, but then you have Asta, who is the only one without any at all. So, he works really hard every day to make up for that, and I find that pretty inspiring. But another thing that's also inspiring is his motivation. Asta aims to be the Wizard King, but his reason for doing so is to prove that, even though he's a poor orphan with no magic, he'll still be able to accomplish his dream. And with him being an orphan, that's very important too. He's a commoner who grew up in the small village of Hajj, but he would love nothing more than for everyone to get along. Whether you're royalty or not, he believes he can end the discrimination between both and bring everyone together if he becomes Wizard King. And it's pretty inspiring. I really like that about his character. We even see him get his grimoire and learn that he has a devil within it who ends up being the source of Asta's anti-magic. And normally you'd think, oh, that's incredibly OP, and Asta can pretty much one-shot everything. But that's not the case. Asta still struggles to fight against his opponents, and it's never a guaranteed win. Tabata manages to find a really good way to balance that. Speaking of balance, another thing I love about Black Clover is the treatment of its cast. Nobody ever truly feels left out. He does a great job handling all of his side characters, including every member of the Black Bulls. All of them has had their time to shine, and they continue to play a strong role in the story. The story may be fast-paced, so that could be a good or bad thing depending on who you ask, but despite that, Tabata manages to balance everything out very well. And I love the influences he uses for the story too. I'm a big fan of Berserk, so to hear that he used that as an inspiration for the world and some of its characters was great to see throughout reading the manga every week. But one strong thing that keeps Black Clover really interesting to me is how it doesn't shy away from using shonen tropes, and improving on them in so many ways. While Berserk is a shonen series that was used as an influence, Black Clover also gets its influences from other popular shonens, and it feels like an amalgamation of everything that's come before. We see Asta and Yuno's rivalry feel brotherly and not hostile. They have nothing but the utmost respect for each other, and they truly believe that the other can be the Wizard King. We see team-ups in the series, and Tabata always manages to stick to that formula, even in recent chapters. There's so many different combinations of characters working together to fight a big threat that it's such a thrill to see. We've seen this as early as Chapter 6 with Asta, Magna, and Noel's fight against Heath, up until the more recent chapters like Noel's Secre and Loro's fight against Vonica in Chapter 253. Teamwork has become a core essence in the series, and it's something that's used more sparingly in others. So it's something that Black Clover has definitely nailed down. But one other credit that I have to give to Tabata as well is the art. I think he does such a fantastic job with it. To me, it seems like he brings a lot of life into it, and it can go from feeling really breathtaking to really eerie and just disturbing, and I love how he balances that out. It has a great fantasy feel to it. It's these things that made me really fall in love with Black Clover, and I'm really happy to be a part of the community. I remember back in the day when I first made my Twitter account, I wasn't typically, the Black Clover account that most people know me of today. I really made the account for video game stuff, but I realized that, nobody was really talking about Black Clover. I thought the series was really good, really special. I was having such a blast reading it every week. And, I decided, let me just make an account dedicated to just talking about it. And, other mangas as well. And then, as time went by, I ended up befriending so many amazing people. And it still surprised me that, it wasn't really getting the popularity that I felt it deserved. Then in 2017, I remember, hey, the anime, Black Clover's getting an anime adaptation. Maybe this is his time to shine. I was so excited. And then I was completely devastated when I found out that so many people were just hating on it. It's just so sad. People complained about Asa screaming. People called it a ripoff of other shonens. People said it was bland and uninspirational. It was just really sad. But no matter what, I strived on. I truly enjoy the series, and I think Tabata is a really great author. So I continue to do my best to, spread awareness and, be positive, because there was just so much hate regarding the series. I wanted to be one of the few that can really bring out a little light in the darkness that filled anti-Twitter, because it's a hellhole. But I'm really grateful to so many people I've gotten to know over the years. And I remember I was just a small account. I was really hoping maybe I could be somebody that can really get a group of people and try to get it to trend every week, or just get people talking about it. I remember I made some really fun events where I would tag some people and have them join and just tweet out. And then as time went on, that went under, but it wasn't really needed anymore. Black Clover started trending on its own, and more people started enjoying it. It's been quite the ride. I've truly fallen in love with the community as well. I felt so happy to be a part of the Clover Summit that Buzzard had started a few months ago. Having to talk to these big Black Clover accounts, it was truly something that I was really proud to be a part of. And now I think we've reached a point in time where I truly do believe that Black Clover can and possibly will reach the popularity that it so deserves. I truly do love this series. I love this community. I'm happy to be a part of it. This series has really changed me a lot, more than I care to admit. I grew up with the big three. I grew up with Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. I also grew up with some other OGs. I mean, I grew up with JoJo Part 3. I saw the original OVA back in the day. I read some of the manga. I remember reading up to Part 6. I remember having to read Naruto, Bleach. I also grew up with Dragon Ball Z. I mean, everyone's grown up with Dragon Ball Z. Grown up with like Yu Yu Hakusho and all the classic anime shonen that everyone's grown to love today. And normally when many people watch these type of shonens and they go into Black Clover, they're like, "Oh, I've seen all." But I think it's something I truly love, and I think Tabata, he really has something really amazing going on, especially now in the Spade arc. Things are really getting heated up, and I don't know. I continue to get a thrill reading it every week, having to see theories, having to see people literally read the Bible, study up demonology, look up at Norse mythologies and various other mythologies. It's really cool. Of course, theories exists in other series, but it's really fun having to see people have to look up various different types of materials to try to grasp where Tabata plans to take the story. So it's really cool. But I do want to say that I'm thankful to have to be a part of this community. I know I'm saying that a lot, but I really do mean it. Black Clover has changed me a lot, and I think without it, I'll probably just still be a small account on Twitter. Right now, I recently reached 3,000 followers, which is great. So I hope I can continue to get more and continue to spread some great positivity. I'm excited for the future. We have the big major announcement coming, and we're in for a blast. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be a movie. But oh god, I hope this doesn't age poorly. If it ends up being the art exhibition, man, that'll still be cool too. But anyways, like I said earlier, Black Clover's future is looking bright, and I think we have a lot to look forward to. The anime is ending, sure, but that'll be back. I think it's just a break. Then when it comes back, we'll be making as much noise as we always do. Let's keep, moving forward with our heads high and, you know, continue to enjoy this series that Tabata has brought upon us. Now I want to say thank you to Tabata for creating Black Clover. You've done so much, and I know that you've struggled with your with certain health issues recently, and you recently got a child, a little girl. So things hasn't haven't been really easy for Tabata, but you know, I I know that you can pull through. You're a really big inspiration to me and many others. I'm gonna always continue to be a fan of your work. I'm gonna be here. I've been here for Black Clover from the beginning, and I'll definitely be here for the end. And any future works that you end up creating, I will support that as well. If we end up getting a movie, I promise you, I'll do my best to spread the word, to watch it. I know I'll be watching it multiple times if it happens, and I I'll always be there to buy the manga, support the Blu-rays, support merchandise, and I'll be there to encourage others to do the same. You just keep doing you, and you keep writing an amazing story. Thank you again, Tabata.